Today we're going to show you how to levitate your cat.
In photography. Welcome to the Friday Focus.
Providing tips and inspiration for your future photo shoots.
You've probably seen it before. A shot where people or objects are suspended in midair, in perfect sharp focus. While there are ways of pulling this off practically with gorgeous results,
today we're going to focus on an easy way to do this with your cat using multiple photos, a tripod, and Photoshop. Make sure your feline of choice is a good candidate for levitation. Is the cat impatient, violent, or just plain hates you? These are not good candidates for levitation.
even with a good-natured feline, be sure to plan your vision for the project in advance, so your cat has to be on set for as little as possible.
When levitating your cat, do not throw your cat. Gently control your cat's heavenly ascension. Pose your cat as desired, being sure to take multiple photos around the frame from the same angle for best results. Also take a clear frame shot with no one in frame and the focus ring untouched, giving you a background layer to work with in Photoshop.
Now you might be asking, is this cat abuse? And that's a ridiculous question, because of course it is. Making a cat do anything it doesn't want to do for longer than 30 seconds is essentially torture. So after an excruciatingly long 3 minutes of photography, cat treats are a great way to regain your feline's trust. All cats have their price.
Alright, now that we're in Photoshop, we're going to combine all the images from this angle into a single, multi-layered Photoshop file. So we have the shot of Harmony, Desdemona, a flying cup, and a flying plate. So I'm going to use Harmony's image as a base and copy all these other elements in. The exposure level between the different images is different because the sun changed while we were shooting. That's okay, we'll be able to correct for that and it won't actually provide that much of a challenge. So we'll start with a very rough lasso and then going to do a layer mask. A layer mask is great because it allows you to non-destructively alter your layer. I'm just using the directional arrows to shift this into place. One great way to do that is you can select a layer, drop the opacity, and then you say, aha, that is out of place. Wait until things become a little bit more sharp. That seems pretty good. And an easy way to make sure it really is seamless is to select your layered mask, make sure your brush is at 100% opacity, and feather it by holding down Shift and hitting the left bracket. And just paint generously around the edge. I'm also doing a bit of dodging on the edges where my hand used to be covering so we can get a more consistent rim light from the sun on those areas. And now for the tricky part. Because my hand is covering our cat's stomach and her back leg a bit, we're going to have to do more than just layer masking. We're going to have to probably do some clone stamping and other methods to regenerate the areas we're losing. Alright, so with a bit of clone stamping, grabbing other sections of her legs and kind of smoothing them into the other areas, you can really cover up quite a lot of imperfections. I think this will do. The rest will be a lot easier. Go ahead and get this cup layer up. I'm going to lasso around like that, make sure to get some of these nice droplets, and we will again do add layer mask. Now this one also not aligned, so I gotta shift this over. Now let's go ahead and do some curves to bring the exposure more in line with what we're seeing in the other layer. That's pretty close. Now once again we're gonna take our brush with black and paint onto the layer mask with a feathered tip. So I'm fairly happy with the placement and the selection of the water, but it doesn't look terribly realistic, especially where it overlaps with our cat. What I'm going to do to remedy that is first make a duplicate of that layer. On the original, I'm going to select pretty much everything that doesn't overlap with her, and I'm going to hit delete. Now I'm going to do Control-Shift-I to select the inverse, click on this layer, and hit delete. What this gives us are two isolated sections. Now for the section that overlaps with Desdemona, we're going to change the blend mode from normal to screen. made a huge difference. Not only did it get rid of the darker rim, but it also really helps her fur shine through, like it's actual see-through water, which is great. Only thing I'm going to do now is just select some of these areas where the blend mode change made a weird little shift and just delete them. Just going to do some feathered eraser on some of these edges to clean them up. Last addition is the plate. So again, quick rough selection, paste it in, make a layer mask, and that should do it.
Maybe you're jealous of your cat's mastery of levitation and want to try it for yourself. Unfortunately, you're probably too big to be picked up this way.
What you'll be doing is supporting your model in a mid-air pose with a stool or chair beneath them. Again, the trick is to make sure that every angle you take also has a clear frame shot with the model and stool missing, so you can easily reveal the background behind the stool after erasing it.
Now you and your cat can both master the art of levitation.
Don't forget to subscribe for new videos every Friday.